Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hopelessness is a tool that Shaitan loves. He absolutely loves, because he knows if he can make us feel hopeless, if he can make us feel that we are hopeless in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he can make us feel hopeless that Allah is not listening to us, or we're too small, or maybe we're asking too much, then he can manipulate us, and he can make us settle for less, and he can make us put ourselves in situations that are detrimental to our soul and our health. By the way, if you hear any creaking, that's just the people above me. I can't do anything about it, so I hope that it doesn't bother you too much. The reason that I'm talking about hopelessness is because what I'm about to talk about next is very much the antithesis to hopelessness, and that is making dua. Making dua is one of the most powerful things that you can do when you are in the process of looking for a spouse, if you're hoping to get married, or if you're talking to someone at this time. What should you be making dua for? So first of all, the Prophet ﷺ gives us examples of things that are important to look for in a spouse. So for example, deen, religiosity, khuluq, being character. But then this kind of goes to another video, one of the first videos. If you haven't watched that video yet, by the way, 5 things that every Muslim should be looking for in a spouse, it will be linked at the end of the video. Watch it, it's really helpful. But you need to know what your must-haves are, and you need to know what your like-to-haves are, and you need to make dua for those things. And you need to be specific about your dua. When you pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you pray for those characteristics that you want. Shamelessly, don't even worry about what other people are going to think. If it's that you want, obviously there are certain things that are not going to make or break a marriage, or not going to build your marriage up. So if you want someone who, for example, is really tall, or has a certain type of hair texture, or has thick eyebrows, or whatever it might be that you find attractive, them having thick eyebrows or not, brown hair or black hair, curly hair or wavy hair, will not make your marriage better or worse. It's just an added plus, right? But you can make dua for those things. You can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those things, right? And you just need to distinguish what are the things that you absolutely need, and hyper focus your dua on those things, right? And you need someone who's patient. You need someone who is who has a particular understanding of faith, whatever it might be that you know that you need in order to have a healthy union. You make dua for those things. I remember one of my teachers, mentors, and a very close friend had told me that when you make dua, remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's storehouses are always full and they're never empty. You remember that. You make dua knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give you every single thing that you ask for, and it would not decrease his rizq, his bounty, by a fraction of a fraction. It won't do anything because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the king and the owner of all things, and he can produce more, and his resources have no end. Right. Now, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala withholds something from us, it is for our own good and our own protection. But that doesn't mean that we stop asking, because who's to say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't going to give you everything that you ask for, right? And the beautiful thing is, as you're doing the self-development, and I'm such a big proponent of self-development because I truly believe that is the crux of our deen, right? To constantly renew who we are and better ourselves, and find ways that we can adjust certain aspects of ourselves to bring them closer to the ideal that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants for us. Part of doing that is recognizing that when we're doing that, we want someone to match that too, so we can continue doing it in our marriage. And so making dua for those things is really important. Now, this also has a mental effect, obviously, because when you're making dua for those things, those are the things you're going to seek out in people, right? So what ends up happening is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to do his job of bringing those people to you, because there's a bit of like serendipity and luck and just and the sleep, right, the destiny in terms of the people that you come across and you meet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to put those people in your path, but then you are going to be the one with those glasses on, looking, binoculars, looking for people who meet those qualities, so you can figure out, okay, this is a person who would be a good option, and someone who has a lot of the qualities. This is a good person to really explore this idea of getting married. Now, some people tend to find people in more organic ways, but a lot of people are also still, having options presented to them by family members, parents, friends. Some people go to matchmakers. So this is a point that really fits across all different types of methods of trying to find someone. So with that being said, it's such an important thing to do. It's such an important thing to do. I mean, I can remember du'as that I have made throughout multiple Ramadans, right? In Qiyam and Tahajjud, and like really, really honing in at while breaking my fast about what kind of person I want. And so I really hope that you guys take those opportunities and do not let shaitan make you hopeless, even if it's taking a long time, even if it's years, even if you're finding that, you know, all of your friends are getting married or they're having kids and you're feeling like, oh my God, when's it my turn? When's it going to happen to me? Allah is preparing you, right? And so take that opportunity. You can have your moments of feeling sad or feeling, you know, having your wishful thinking. That's fine. That is a part of the process sometimes, but also remembering that Allah knows best. His timing is better than what we could ever hope for ourselves. There's something that he's preparing you for or protecting you from, and you got to focus on what it is that you can do in the meantime, right? What can you improve about yourself? What can you invest your time in, so that that's not the number one focus. And you also kind of don't want to build it up so big in your head that when it does come, you kind of find it underwhelming, and then that can really mess with how you approach the marriage process. But yeah, the whole point is just dua is the truly like most powerful tool that we have in our toolkit that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us. Like Allah gave us a way to talk to him, to ask of him. And when we ask, like, he literally tells us that us asking, us thinking of praying to him for whatever it might be, is evidence that he is near to us. Not physically near. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not have a physical form, but metaphorically near to us. He's close to us. And then on top of that, right, like Allah tells us in the Quran that if we ask of him, he will answer. Tell my believers, right? If they call upon me, I will respond. Allah is al-Mujib. He's the one that responds. He's the one that gives jawab. He's the one that gives responses. So take advantage of that, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it is of any benefit to you guys, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below. Tell me what you want to see. I need ideas. Tell me what you want to see. If there are situations that you want advice on, if you have situations where you are finding, you know, oh my God, you're in a really tough situation. I'm a premarital coach. This is what I do. So I would love to make videos helping you guys navigate these different issues. If you feel uncomfortable, my phone number that you can text and my email that you can email are both in the about section of my channel. I also put them in the description below as well. So feel free to make, you know, send a text, send an email, make contact with me, and let's make this channel something that's really beneficial for our community, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.